Hello, welcome to the newspaper review for the 17th of October 2023. Yeah, I'm going to take you on a newspaper review this morning. And before I do that, we quickly go on a short break. When we are back, I will tell you the top headline news for today. Yeah, welcome to today's news headlines. Yeah, and the first headline for today, this morning, we see that EFCC, the Economical and Financial Crime Commission, has arraigned Aisha Alkali Wakil, also known as Mama Boko Haram, alongside Tashiru Saidu Daura and Prince Lawal Shoyode before Justice Umaru Fadawu of the Borno State High Court, Maiduguri. They were arraigned on two count charges, bordering on conspiracy and cheating to the tune of 150 million. Count two of the charges read that you, Aisha Alkali Wakil, Tashiru Saidu Daura, and Prince Lawal Shoyode, while being the Chief Executive Officer, Program Manager, and Country Director, respectively, of Complete Care and Aid Foundation, a non-governmental organization, and Saidu Mukhtar at large, sometimes in August 2018 in Maiduguri, Borno State, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court. Dishonesty induced one Alhaji Bulama Baki, CEO, Baki Commodity Investment Company Limited, and Gumati Investment Company Limited, under the guise of executing a contract for the supply of 5,000 bags of high-quality white beans of 5 kg each at rate of 23,000 and each 7 units mobile ultra scanning machine, solar energy. 5 million, only totaling 150 million naira, which he did, and you refused to pay him, and hereby committed on an offense contrary to Section 320 of the Borno State Penal Code, Law Cap 102, and punishable under Section 322 of the same law. The defendants pleaded not guilty to the charges when they were read to them. Counsel for the prosecution, AI Aroga and S.O. Saga, prayed the court for a trial date. Justice Fadau thereafter adjourned the matter order for the remand of the demands at the correctional center. That's for the EFCC news. You can also check Vanguard newspaper for more, or channels, That news is from Channels Television. And the second news, we see that PDP LP fires federal government cost of food items drive inflation. Lagos, the main opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, Labour Party, LP yesterday railed the federal government at the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, as cost of food items order push inflation to an 18 high rise of 26.72% in September. The presidency and APC kept sea lips on the attack, with the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) fingering increase in prices of oil and fat, bread and cereals, potatoes, yam and other tubers, fish, fruit, meat, vegetable, milk, cheese, egg as the cost of inflation spike. contacted the presidency and declined comment and referred Vanguard to the finance minister, Wale Edun. World Bank MFA released on the day World marked World Food Day. The Labour Party described the soaring prices of food and other items as verdict on President Bola Tinubu reigns. Just as its presidential candidate in the last election, Peter Obi lamented that a vast majority of Nigeria now spend their entire income on food, which is hardly enough. The PDP said that reports showed that President Tinubu and the APC were not ready for governance. APC keeps mum. National Publicity Secretary of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, Mr. Felix Moka, declined comment, saying, "I don't have any information on that for now." Also, a presidency source declined comment and directed Vanguard to the finance minister, who could not be reached as he is currently in Morocco for the World Bank Summit. In its Summer Price Index (CPI) report for September released yesterday, the NBS said the headline inflation rate rose year-on-year by 26.72% in September 2023, representing a 920 basis point increase compared to the 25.8% recorded in August. The Bureau also said that the food index also increased YOY to the 30.64% from the 29.34% in August. And that is that on the PDP LP fire federal government cost. Yeah, that's that on that. Now the second news is also on Vanguard. It's a federal government proposes 26.1 trillion naira for 2024 appropriation. It's a federal government proposing 26.1 trillion naira for 2024 appropriation. I will take that briefly. Abuja, the Federal Executive Council, FESC, yesterday proposes the sum of 26.1 trillion for the 2024 fiscal year to be submitted to the National Assembly. The government said it was working toward ensuring the January to December budget cycle was maintained and that the 2024 budget was passed and signed before December 21st, 2023. The Minister of Budget and Planning, Atiku Bagudu, disclosed this at the end of council meeting presided over by President Bola Tinubu at the council chamber, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Briefing the State House correspondent at the end of FEC meeting alongside his colleagues from Ministry of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edun, Minister of Work, Engineer Dave Umahi, Industry of Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anite, Labor and Enjoyment, Simon Lalong, as well as the Minister of State for Labor in Kyriaka, Onyejecha. Bagudu said the council had approved the 2024 to 2026 medium-term expenditure framework, fiscal strategy papers, and FSP. He explained that the executive was required by the Fiscal Responsibility Act to present the National Assembly ahead of a budget presentation, a document which will provide a medium-term economic outlook for the economy. He said the FEC made assumption about the reference price of the price of crude oil, which is at $73.96, exchange rate at the 700 naira. production of 1.78 million barrels per day, debt service of 8.25 trillion, inflation at the 21%, and GDP growth at the 3.76%. Bagudu said now it was presented at the background of the commendable measures that have been taken since June in order to restore macroeconomic stability, particularly by the degradation of petroleum prices, which maintain that subsidies are gone, and indeed the regulation of foreign exchange markets. So council deliberated as well as the implication of these and all measures promised in the Renew Hope agenda. Consumers credits, montages, reverse or dismiss institution, as well as funding the newly aligned institution changes, particularly ministry with specific functions that are able to generate growth that would better for our country. The council members acknowledged the medium-term expenditure framework, and it's agreed that we can go ahead to the next steps of consultation and presentation to the National Assembly. Now, the next news is on Vanguard also. It says Israel requests $10 billion in emergency assistance from U.S. Let's take that on Vanguard. Israel has asked the United States for $10 billion in emergency aid amid the escalation of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. The New York Times newspaper reported the White House is reportedly preparing an assistance package for Israel, which also contains aid to Ukraine, funding to reinforce the U.S.-Mexico border, say to Taiwan. The newspaper said late on Monday night. On Sunday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Washington was considering Israel's request for additional military aid to conduct its operation in Gaza Strip. On Tuesday, White House National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the U.S. President Joe Biden, during his visit to Israel, scheduled for October 18, will get an update from Israeli officials about their strategy against Hamas in Gaza, including the pace for their military operation. Last week, a U.S. official told Sputnik that Washington had not made a decision on whether it would tie in assistance for Ukraine and Taiwan in supplemental funding request it was preparing to submit to Congress seeking additional aid for Israel. U.S. Army Secretary Christine Wormuth said that the U.S. military would need additional support for Congress to be able to provide security assistance to Ukraine, and simultaneously on October 7, Palestinian group Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel, prompting retaliatory strikes on the Gaza Strip. The conflict has left thousands of people dead and injured on both sides. And that's all we can take for today on the 17th of October 2023. That's the last news for today. Thank you for staying tuned and thank you for watching. On these channels, we are obligated to bringing you more news on this channel. Please stay tuned, subscribe to all our channels, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Engine Speak. Also, download our Engine Speak app. It's out now. You can download it. Anything you want to watch is on Engine Speak. So just click on enginespeak.com. You will see everything that you need to see. You have fun. You will see news and everything that you need. You will listen to music on Engine Speak. Thank you for staying tuned. Goodbye for now.